welcome back to Hand Collectibles for another exciting review. And today we have the Corgi Aviation Archive AA38604, the British Aircraft Corporation TSR-2 in What If scheme. Okay, this is a 40 Squadron which flew out of RAF Coningsby, and this is XS954/J. And as you can see, this is the What If scheme. As the real TSR-2s were only ever painted in anti-flash white, and I believe there was only, I think there was 3 that were actually made, and I believe Corgi have now made about 3 or 4 of these. This might be the 4th TSR release. The original one was white, which was the test flight, and then all the ones that followed after were white as well, so this is the first one that will be something a bit different in the camouflage. And for those of you that don't know, this model was launched at RAF Bedford at RIA Air Tattoo 2024, and I believe it was launched on their Airfix stall at the event. So it was launched, it was there so people could see it, and then quickly soon the pre-order turned into an in-stock and you could buy it from the actual site as well. And I think if you go to Corgi's site now, I believe you should still be able to pick one of these up, but they are highly limited. There's only 800 made worldwide, and once they're gone, they're gone. And this is obviously something that's been sought after for quite a while, a what if scheme in camo. And just to give you guys a bit of information on 40 Squadron, because it's not a squadron you often see on aircrafts lately, and wearing this livery, but 40 Squadron is well, it's a broom on the tail in a circle, and I believe it was because of a World War I pilot. I think his name was Mick Mannock, and it's because he used to sweep the Huns from the air, and that's why there's a broom on it. So yeah, very cool bit of livery, very cool bit of history around the 40 Squadron, because I don't think I have a model that's come from 40 Squadron before. So yeah, something very different. As I said, this is a 1/48 scale, so it's quite big. The box is extremely big. And if I put my hand in, you can kind of see how big the box is. You know, it's a big piece of die cast. And as you can see on the box, it comes with pilots inside, and it comes with its undercarriage up and undercarriage down. Let's have a closer look at the box. Okay, let's just have a closer look at the box and see all what it comes with. As you can see, there's a lovely picture of the TSR-2 and the What If. In the background, little chase plane, chase lightning. They're one of the only aircrafts I think really to be outrun a lightning. But yeah, really nice painting. And as I said, obviously Cold War. As part of the Cold War collection. As I said, you can pilot the undercarriage for all the 1/48 scale. If I turn it aside, you've got the Cold War picture again, you've got the nice illustration again, the Aviation Archive, once again the number, same there as well. Kind of just duplicated on all sides, as you can see, Corgi's number. And if you do go and buy it from Corgi now, they seem to be giving out a lot of vouchers at the moment. I mean, I got a percentage off when I bought this, just because they sent me an email saying here's percentage off ordering your next in stock item, and you know, lo and behold, this was already in stock. As you can see, same illustration again. And if I turn it around to the back, kind of move it right to the back of the light box because it is so big, and you can kind of see. Okay, I think without further ado, we'll open this up and we'll have a look inside the box. Okay, and here the model is inside the clam tray. As you can see, you get the model, you get a stand, you get your undercarriage, up and down, and that's pretty much all you get. but as you can see, it's a pretty big piece of die cast. So if I just pull the clearing tray off, so you can just have a better look at the model. There you go. And I'll also show you this, which is the limited edition card, and as you can see, 800 piece. And mine is 515. You know, this is a nice thing that Corgi do. I do like having these little collector's card. I think if you're going to collect a model, it is quite nice. I think Caliber Wings do some nice collector's cards with their models and all, so yeah, definitely a nice touch. So, without further ado, we'll get the model out and we'll have a look at that. Here we have the TSR-2's accessories. As you can see, you don't get a lot. It would have been nice to have some armament. I think with a what if scheme, Corgi may have missed that, or maybe we're going to get another one with armament. I don't know, maybe they're holding out for that. But I know that the actual TSR-2 was geared up to carry a weapon load, whether it be nuclear or just a payload inside its bomb bay. I remember reading rightly about it. It could carry, I think it had 2 pylons that could be fitted under each wing, so it could have carried missiles, at least 2 under each wing as well. So that would have been nice to have fitted pylons with missiles underneath. I think that would have ticked all the boxes. And that's the only thing I think that lets this model down, is the fact that it don't have any armament that is visible. You know, the bomb bay don't open, so you can't see. It's not like the Vulcan where you can see the, you know, you can have a look. The bomb bay opens. You know, it's the only downside. But as you can see, you get a nice die cast stand. You get so your front wheel, 2 rear wheels, and really well crafted. You know, die cast with rubber tyres. So, you know, over time, if you've got it on its undercarriage, you know, they won't bend or break because it is die cast. It's the same with the front as well. Lovely sculpt on these, really well done. As you can see, looks like, you know, 2 runway lights on the wheel on the front one. Now the wheels turn, and as you can see, you've got some undercarriage flaps as well. The undercarriage down. I imagine these just peg into the underside when you take the gear up undercarriage out. You get 2 of them, and then you get 2 of the smaller ones as well. Extremely detailed, extremely crisp cast on them. Really well done, Corgi. As I said, die cast stand comes in 2 pieces, the top and the bottom. Really well weighted. You know, will take a lot to knock it over. As you can see, it's got rubber mounts, hold the model in place, 2 at the back, 2 at the front. So yeah, okay, I think that's done with all the accessories, and we'll move on and I'll show you the model. Okay, and here she is. As you can see, I've got it situated on the stand. You can get a little slight tilt either way. As you can see, it clamps in either side of the fuselage and just at the back of the 2 wings, as you can see. That camo on it, it's just immense. You know, if you're going to have a what if scheme, this is the one to have. I'll just pick it up and we'll have a look at some of the details. Move that stand out of the way. Taking it apart, and here we have it. There you go, with the broom handle for 40 Squadron, for sweeping away the Huns from the World War I pilot. J on the wing, flag here. As you can see, the attention to detail right there. the matte paint job. The indicator lines around the wings. You know, the camo continuing down here, but as you flip it to the underside, you can see is it almost like it's a ducky, but no, it's not. More greyish. You can see the cast is really crisp. Big engines. You know, and this is a plane that's got such a cult following, such a, you know, people either lean one way or the other. It's either, you know, the best plane that never was, or some people think it was just a money pit and the government were right to cancel it. Me, personally, I think it was probably one of the greatest planes it probably never was. You know, any plane that would give the lightning a good run for its money, and this would have done so many more roles. I mean, you know, you talk to kind of people that are in the RAF now, and they probably would, some of them say that this may even still have been in service now. You know, I think the radar that was originally in this was one of the first then adaptations that were inside probably the GR1 Tornadoes. You know, it was that far ahead of its time. As you can see, the kind of the yellowy coloured cockpit on the sides for the rear pilot, and for the, you know, the senior pilot at the front. And this was I presume this was when the, you know, nuclear weapons were fired, and that's what the cockpit's coloured this way for, because the front shield isn't. Obviously the main part of the cockpit and the rear one are in that yellow. I think that was to protect the pilot from the nuclear flash, stop him getting blinded. Look at the details and decals. So crisp. Corgi have really done a stand-up job this morning. I love the fact like the inside intake is just white and red. This makes them really stand out and pop. Like I say, I love these, you know, indicator lines that go around the wings. The do not step lines. You know, the Randalls. A lovely little turn down lips on the wings. And it's a big aircraft. I mean, you can see it's weighty, it's heavy, so you are getting you're getting your money's worth out of die cast with this one. I sometimes think with the Vulcan is a mix of plastic and die cast in the Vulcan. With this, like, it's predominantly die cast. Even these are die cast, you know. Exquisite model by Corgi. Really have done a stand-up job. Okay, I think I'll try the undercarriage on and I'll see what that looks like. And here it is with undercarriage down. And it's not often I say this, but there ain't many models where it looks as equally good with undercarriage down as it does when it's in flying pose with undercarriage up. You know, and the undercarriage, look at that. Great shelf presence, and you've got it in your cabinet. You know, with your other planes. Yeah, take it in. Awesome model. Well done, Corgi. Look at that. You know, when they launched the original first one, you know, there was a lot of collectors that were on a lot of forums, aviation forums, going, oh, I wish Corgi had done a what if. It's taken them a few years, but here it is, and yes, it was worth it. I'm excited to see what else they'll do. It'll be lovely to see 2 pylons under these wings, 2 pylons under these wings, 2 missiles, or one with, you know, the internal bomb bay open with a nuclear weapon showing, or an exchangeable armament in and out for, you know, something else that was period to that time. Or just go crazy, do, you know, some of our modern day missiles on it now as if it was in active service now. If you're going to do a what if, go all out. Yeah, Corgi, well done. It's a great model. Probably one of my favourite Corgi models I've had for a long time. I think Hobby Master have kind of, you know, run the roost for a long time. But this one, yeah, this is really nice. And will sit front and centre in my cabinet. Maybe being flanked by 2 Eurofighters. One on each wing. Okay, let's just round the video up with some final thoughts. So what do I think of the model? I think Corgi have knocked this one out of the park. I think they've executed and delivered a really iconic piece in a what if scheme. You know, for the collector that wants something a bit different, they've ticked that box. You know, for a highly detailed model, they've ticked that box. You know, great box art, great image on the front of the box. You know, the whole package is really well done by Corgi. You know, the casting, it's always been a good casting. I feel this has a bit more detail than the original. I'll have to get the original one out and put them side by side and see if there's any difference in the casting. Or is it the fact that it's just in camo, which makes it look that little bit crisper. Some lovely details on it. Like I say, the white paint on the inside of the intakes, really nice touch. The undercarriage, extremely well done. It's all die cast, there's no expense spared. You know, the stand's good, always is good from Corgi. You know, there are all the plus sides. The downside, where is the armament? Come on, Corgi. Now, I know it used to carry a payload in its bomb bay, whether it be nuclear or just a normal weapons payload. I know it was primed to have 2 pylons under each wing, so it could carry 4 missiles. You know, I suppose if you're gearing up and you're going to do something a bit different with the next one as well, then maybe that's where they go. But I always think if you're going to do a what if, then you might as well go all out. You might as well have given us weapons. You know, a weapons payload, either a modern day weapons payload or a period day payload for the time that, you know, the TSR flew. You know, I think that is the only downside of the model, is the payload. That really would have kept it off in the display. But take nothing away from this model. It is a stand-up piece, and the shelf presence, it will stand out on your shelf. And people that are not into aviation, that do come round and see your collection, and you do have it out on display, they will ask what this one is, and then you can give them the history lesson about the white wow, the jet of all jets that never was. As always, thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.